The Two-Gun Kid.
Why is Pat Baldwin's life in danger? Can a worthless mine be important enough to kill for? These are the questions that face the Two-Gun Kid when he rides on the trail of a bushwhacking killer in
Lead branded Maverick.
Early afternoon in Central City, Nevada, is siesta time. Two men, each for different reasons, have no time for napping, however.
I have two guns that bark and roar. They're shooting day and night.
The Two-Gun Kid rides on the blood trail to find and bring hot lead justice to a back-shooting gambler who bushwhacked one of Two Gun's friends.
Reckon these guns were rolled too, if reports are right and Hanley is living in the next town.
A man slinks up to the waiting stage just as the kid leaves and,
"Cutting the rain on the stage is one way to guarantee that Pat Baldwin doesn't stand in my way any longer. Now for the short cut back to Leadville, to wait for the news that my pretty niece, Pat Baldwin, has died in a stage wreck."
While not far down the dusty main street is the intended victim of murder herself.
"I'm sorry, Miss Baldwin. I can't lend you another cent. That lead mine of yours is worked out." Poor kid. Wish her mine were worth a loan.
Back to Leadville. I've never taken the stage feeling bluer.
Shortly after, on the tortuous, dangerous mountain road to Leadville.
Busted reins. I can't slow her down, Miss Pat.
The Two-Gun Kid, on the road to Leadville, sees the runaway stagecoach.
The brakes won't hold.
Runaway stage, Cyclone, and a girl aboard. The driver will jump clear. Will grab the girl. Ready, boy. Jump!
And seconds later, the runaway coach hurtles over the edge of the cliff.
You've saved my life.
It's the Two-Gun Kid. What a break for us. Miss Pat. You sure are lucky, lass, that the Two-Gun Kid was heading our way.
Maybe my luck is changing. It's been all bad lately.
I can't understand why them rains broke. They were new this spring.
Having a spell of bad luck, are you?
Afraid so, kid. First Dad died. Then the mine he left me failed completely. Without a lot of expensive machinery, we can't make it pay. My uncle, George Baldwin, said it would take $150,000 to open a new vein. And I can't raise more than $5,000.
Sure is a shame. I heard your mine was once the best little business in these parts.
Later, in the once-saloon town of Leadville, which is soon destined to be the scene of so much excitement.
"Pat, it's you."
Uncle George, if it hadn't been for the Two-Gun Kid rescuing me from a runaway stage, I wouldn't be alive.
"Let me shake the hand of the man who saved my brother's daughter and buy him a drink."
I kinda get the idea you're not pleased to see your brother's daughter alive. Jack Hanley, the coyote I've eaten so much desert dust to find and kill.
The Two-Gun Kid.
Facing my guns is a mite more dangerous than shooting a man in the back.
"Stop, kid. He's working for Miss Pat and me. Maybe you boys could talk this over."
Sure. Maybe we could be civilized if the kid would talk with something besides lead for a change.
I reckon Baldwin saved your skin, Hanley, for the time being. But after dark I'm going to kill you if you aren't out of this town.
"That's right generous of you, kid. I'll see that he leaves town."
Reckon I just got an idea worth $1 million silver, which ought to work out just about dark when I'm supposed to be leaving town. Baldwin figures he can inherit Pat's mine by killing her. But I figure I can get that mine by marrying her and letting the kid kill Baldwin.
That night, when the new moon is height.
When you sing like that, you don't seem like the dangerous man people know as the Two-Gun Kid.
Message for you, Senor.
Wouldn't you know that Vermin Hanley would beg for a funeral? This note defies me to meet him in front of the New Moon Saloon for a shootout.
Minutes later.
I swore to do justice even if I had to make a pretty woman mad. Nobody deserves justice more than Hanley.
Unknown to the kid, Pat's Uncle Baldwin had received a note signed the Two-Gun Kid.
Seems kind of funny though for a coyote to fight with the odds against him. Might be an ambush, those shadows. I see you in the shadows, Hanley, you bushwhacking coyote. Take this. It's Pat's uncle, Baldwin.
You've killed him. Uncle George. Killing. Always killing. And this time an innocent person.
The kid, killing unarmed men in Leadville.
Getting strung up won't help make this killer right with Baldwin.
The mighty black stallion thunders away, heading for the Baldwin mine.
Hanley must have coaxed Baldwin out there to get him killed. But what I've got to find out is why Hanley wanted Baldwin killed. Maybe the answer lies in the lead mine itself. Maybe the mine isn't worked out as much as Pat Baldwin thinks. Reckon I know enough about the saying to test this piece of old rock from what appears to be the most recent mining spur.
Later, in the mineralogy lab of the Baldwin lead mine.
Galloping buffalo, this ore contains silver. Looks like a rich deposit too. Pat Baldwin.
You. The bragging, swaggering, heartless killer of peaceful men. What are you doing in the lab poor Uncle George used to operate?
Hold on, Miss Pat. I'm finding out what your uncle should have found out himself if he was paying attention to his business.
Oh, you kill a man. And now you're accusing him of carelessness in his job.
Miss Pat, this is one of the richest silver ores I've ever seen.
Mighty smart hombre kid. Too smart to live. Pat's uncle wasn't careless at all, kid. He knew about this silver. And from what I hear, he tried to kill Pat today to inherit the mine.
Oh.
Personally, I was going to marry Pat and get the mine that way. But now I reckon I got to kill both of you and try to raise the money to buy this mine cheap.
The kid's hand flashes out, knocking the candle to the floor, and the room is blanketed in electrifying gloom.
First you have to get rid of me. It won't be as easy as tricking me into shooting George Baldwin.
In the quick darkness, guns blast and flaming lead lances its whining death call, in a deadly crisscross. A tense moment later.
Not a bad shot in the dark. Lead right between the eyes.
We both might have been shot by him. That makes the second time today you've saved me, kid.
Some time later, under a moon that has never been so silvery.
I've got two guns that bark, bark and roar.
Just like I always heard he was. He never stays around long enough to really get warmed up in his singing.